Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our Story Makers session. And today I've got a special guest again. It's no other than my colleague Loveleen Sagar. And we're going to be talking about a very special program that we've launched for women through her eyes. Hi, Loveleen, and welcome.
Hi, Lata. Thank you.
I think we're going to start off first by asking you, how's your daughter? And most importantly, how's the dog? That's my favorite question if you have one.
Yes, I do have a dog. He's 4.5 years old. And they've all learned to be lazy during the pandemic. That's
okay, Loveleen. Today we're going to talk about obviously the program that you've designed through our eyes. So, can you tell us a little about how was this program born and what was the whole idea behind it?
So, we have a lot of women-only tour operators working with us from different continents. However, their geographies are limited, and we wanted to reach out to more such women operators across the globe who have guests wanting to either travel solo or in the comfort of a small group tour. So Through Her Eyes was thus born to reach out to more women in the travel industry who have always wanted to promote women-only tours, but somehow never managed.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. And what are we going to see through your eyes, Loveleen?
So we're an all women-only team that conceptualize the tours and put them in place. They're all travel consultants and tour leaders are all women. You will notice little nuances of a well-planned holiday, and you know that it was a woman who planned it. Whether it is pre-deciding a comfort stop on a journey or a personalized pillow gift in reference to a conversation you may have had during the course of the day, everything is well thought out, even though it may seem effortless. The tours are eclectic, everything that India has to offer, from a hands-on cooking lesson to appreciating crafts and art in India, culture, a little bit of history, meeting interesting people as we go along, because we believe that the locals know the best secrets.
And how exciting is it? Obviously you've designed so many tours. You've been with the company for so many years now in the travel industry. How exciting is it when you do, especially for women? As a company, we believe highly in women empowerment. We've got, so many awards to our credit, and we've signed with the UN also now. How special is it when you're doing especially crafting something for women?
Women have always been fascinated by India, and I remember when I started working in 1995, we used to handle women-only tours from Mexico, from Brazil, and from the US. You'd think that only traditional European markets for India would send women travelers, but women have always been attracted to India. And we've finally put together something that we can say that, Through Her Eyes is for women, by women.
And, over the years, how have you seen, the women, how do the women travelers, how do they perceive India, and how is it growing now,
I think India has always been a very women-centric destination. India is exotic. And I think it has always attracted more women than men. And that's what I'd like to think. And it's only, a lot of women are the decision makers in a family when choosing a destination. But, with the family, there are constraints, and a lot of women can't travel. So with this initiative, I think we've given a lot of people the opportunity to travel in the comfort of a group or alone. More women used to come earlier. I think over the years, actually, we are seeing lesser women because of the safety issues that media has picked up, and there have been concerns with regard to safety. I think that's why it has declined a little bit. But I want to assure people, and I want to assure women that when you're traveling with a recognized destination management company or a tour operator, it is really safe because we've vetted things, and the suppliers, vendors, everything is vetted. There's the health and safety experts who go through everything very thoroughly. So I would encourage women to travel a bit more to India.
And also, when you talk about safety, isn't it like whenever you're traveling across the world, not only in India? I mean, you're obviously if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
traveling alone, isn't it the same things you have to keep in mind in terms of safety, right? You have to be cautious as a woman traveler anywhere, as you would in India.
Exactly. I want to say that. Yeah. Someone once said, India is an assault to your senses. And yes, it can be overwhelming for a first time traveler with no prior knowledge, but it grows on you and then you keep coming. And as I said, traveling on your own versus traveling through an operator has its own advantages because we vet everything. There are auditors, etc. The other thing, as you said, is, to it, I would like to say to independent travelers is to be cautious and sensible, as you would be in, say, a New York or London or Paris. I mean, don't do things a local wouldn't do.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And we also have, Lata, we have a very strict POSH guideline, that is prevention of sexual harassment in workplace. And that includes our suppliers and vendors.
As a woman, is it easier for women to bond with I mean, we're obviously trying to give them a local experience. Is it easy for them to bond with the locals?
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes you don't get along with people you're traveling with, but I think that's the fun of it. And sometimes you make lifelong bonds with people from across continents.
Yeah.
So that's the fun of, it's like, online dating, or how would you say it, a blind date. You don't know who you're traveling with. There's a bunch of women on the same tour. Yeah. And it can be fun.
When you talk about the program, I mean, what are the people going to see in terms of hotels? India offers, I mean, all kinds of hotels.
So the main tour that we are promoting is a fixed departure tour. That's going to be led by me. Okay. And we have a tour leader, an expert. Seema is going to be traveling with us. There's a fixed date, and we are inviting women from across the globe to travel with us. And we're keeping it simple. We are keeping it just to the Golden Triangle and adding another big city, Mumbai, in it. So all kinds of experiences are there, from your hands-on textile creating workshop to a cooking thing, and some of the finest hotels in India. We have these beautiful palaces which are converted into hotels. They are included in the tour. Some small boutique properties as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag, and I can assure you a lot of fun.
Sounds interesting. Have you always loved travel?
I have, Lata. I've traveled solo, sometimes even on my own holidays. And even during my own holidays, I mean, I've been part of women-only groups. So leave behind my kid, daughter, dog and husband, and I've gone on my own. So, yes.
So what's been your favorite trip?
I did a trip with my cousin to South Africa. Okay. Southern Africa, let me put it that way. So we covered a few countries. That was one of my favorite trips.
Okay. And in India?
In India, difficult to say, but yeah, I love going to Bengal and Kolkata.
As a last word, what would you say to all the women out there that what are they missing out if they haven't come to India yet?
I think they're missing out a lot of fun, because India is so eclectic. There's a little bit of something for everyone. There's vibrancy. I mean, there's so much vibrancy here. Culture, music, food, people, warmth. Most of all, I think our history, architecture, nature. We have some beautiful wildlife parks. And if you are a nature person, and if you are an active traveler, you want to go hiking, there are some lovely walks and hikes. So there is a little bit for everyone.
Okay. And my last question, when you talk about India, you obviously think of the Taj Mahal, right? That's everybody has to think about it. How do you describe it in one word?
It is awe-inspiring, but we've seen it so many times, and I've seen it so many times, and sometimes I wonder, I used to wonder that why are people so enamored by it, and something you see very often, you don't appreciate it that much. But in retrospect, I do appreciate the beauty is in the symmetry. No matter where you look at it from, it's perfection. It's just so beautifully designed and laid out. It's just stunning. And the, of course, the romance, the story behind it.
I think that wins our hearts. Thank you so much, Loveleen. I think it's great chatting with you. We're going to have you back again soon to talk about Through Your Eyes. And anything else you'd like to add about the program?
No, I think you've got to just give it a try and promote India as much as you can, because I would want to assure people that India is safe for women.
Great. Thank you so much, Loveleen. Great chatting with you always. And we're going to have you very soon. We're going to have you back with us. Thanks a ton.
Thank you so much, Lata.